So today we are going to talk about reporting overview. So when we say report, what does that mean? So report means in general, when you hear the word report, I think something comes in your mind like it's a kind of data we are presenting or we are extracting. Okay, so a report is the similar thing. There can be many kinds of report, to be honest, in the real time world. If you see, uh, in your company, in your projects, you might have seen like people are giving you data in Excel sheet. That is one kind of report. Okay, somewhere when you are presenting something, when you are creating some analytics, okay, you are creating some dashboard kind of thing, or you are creating some pie chart or bar chart. That is also one of the report. Okay, so there is multiple kind of reports. So what exactly we are going to cover in Workday, that's what we are going to learn. So in simple terms, you understand like report is kind of real time data we are extracting from Workday, which is used in multiple places. Like, you can use the report to analyze the data. You can use the report to share data to the business, real time set data to the business. You can use the report in building analytics, building dashboards. You can use the report in outbound integrations. Okay, so these are the places you can use. These are the things where reporting in Workday is used. Okay, so at a high level, if I need to tell the use of reports, so you can understand like dashboard and analytics. What we are going to use report as extracting data. This report is used in outbound integrations. Report will be used as RAS, which we call report as a service. This is actually you can understand as REST API in layman terms. Okay, and there are many other uses of reports, but these are the main uses of reports. So in integration for us, these are the two main uses of the report. We are going to create outbound integration in which we are going to use custom reports. Okay, I'll come to outbound integration. What is outbound integration? What is inbound integration, and all those things. We are going to cover that in the integration. But outbound integration at a high level, you understand. Let's say there is a vendor which requires data from Workday. Okay, to send data to that vendor, you create a custom report in Workday, and when you create a custom report in Workday, you extract data, you transform the data format. If that require another format, you send the data to them. If they are able to consume, the XML data, you can just send the RAS as well. So basically, it's like getting the data from Workday tenant and sending to another system. That is outbound integration. We are going to talk, about this in detail, anyways. Then this is RAS. RAS is actually, it's like you create a custom report in Workday, and when you create a custom report in Workday, you can enable that report as a web service. So when you enable that report as a web service, we call that report as a RAS. Okay, that RAS URL that will generate one URL. You can share that URL with the vendor, and they will be able to consume the data using your report. Okay, so that is RAS. Now, this report is actually used to, fetch real-time data. Now, before I go and talk about the terminology and the uses, the other things in the report, let me show you how report looks like in Workday. Okay, and then we will talk about more. So I have already created, a couple of reports in Workday. I'm just gonna show you one of the report. So see, this is how report looks like. There are some uh, fields here. We are going to talk about all these things. Then, you add columns, you add fields, you add business object. From those business object, you add fields, you configure filtering, sorting. Okay, all those things you configure. And then, basically when you have option to run the report, when you run the report, let me show you how the data looks like when you run any report. So when you run a report, okay, you will see, data like this. Like this is going to extract, the data from Workday, and it will show like this. And you will be able to, you will be able to download this extract as well. You will be able to apply filter and visualize this real-time data as well. So how exactly this report is created in Workday? This is something we are going to learn. So before we actually start creating a report, there are some of the things which you need to understand. So let's start those things. So basically, the first thing is I'm going to the home page again. Here in the search bar, whenever you search for anything, okay, whenever you search for anything, it will give you many categories. Okay, so let's say I am searching for view custom report and I'm just pressing enter. When I press enter, it will show you multiple categories. Okay, so multiple categories, as in here you can see there are some security. This is one of the category. This is a task and reports, and then here you can see another, some revenue category. Okay, in the left hand side, if you see, there are different modules. Like whatever you are searching here, whatever you are giving here with this name. Okay, with this name in whatever category, whatever objects are stored in Workday, it is going to show you everything based on your access. Okay, let's say you are a super user, you have access to every object in Workday. Now, when you search here and press enter, then it will show you all the objects based on category. Now, if you need to search like what are the tasks and what are the reports in Workday for the string which you have searched, you can click on this task. You can just see this task and report section. In this task and report section, you will be able to see what is report, what is task. Okay, here this view custom report is report. So mostly here whatever you are going to search from activity point of view, those will be either task or reports. Okay, these are the objects which we have created. Let's say this is just a user based security group, so this is another object. So based on category, it is going to show you everything. So if you are, if you are working in report, or if you're searching for any, specific task which should be performing any specific thing in Workday, then you should be concerned with this task and report. You just go to the task and report, and you will be able to see all the task and report which is available in Workday system for the string which you have searched. Okay. So these categories you remember, like let's say, when you type anything here I'm getting one option directly. So there, this is view custom report. Now let's say this is, whatever you're searching, it is giving you the accurate, task name or report name. You can directly click on this. But let's say if you're searching for anything and, you're not getting the desired output here, you simply press enter and then it will come. It will search in all the categories and it will give you the object details under each category. Okay. So this is search box. The next thing is prefix. We have discussed about prefix as well earlier. Like if you need to search anything in Workday, there are certain prefixes. I mean, if you want to search objects under one particular category, if you want to search one kind of object in Workday, then you can use some prefixes. Okay, so some of the common prefixes are RD colon. This stand when you need to search reports. RDT. This is basically when you need to search report definitions. If you need to search field in Workday, you can use field colon. This is going to search field. If you need to search integration, you are going to use integration. Sorry, integration. This will search integration for you. Okay, if you need to search BP, you need to mention BP colon. It will search for all the business process. Okay, these are the common prefixes which we are going to use. Okay, now in Workday, let us understand what are the types of report we have. Okay, but before I go, let me show you the use of these prefixes. So I have shown this earlier. I'm showing this once again. So if you need to search report, with one particular string, what you can do is you can use this as RD colon prefix. Let's say I'm just giving my name. I have created a lot of report in this tenant. So let's see what this is giving. See, this has given all the report which I have created. Okay, and this is giving report definition as well. Now, if I search for RDT colon, again this is giving the report and report definition. So basically, RD and RDT actually is used for a report. If I use INTSYS, then it will give all the integration which contain string Ganesh. So see, this is all these are integration systems. So all these are integrations which I have created, and in all this integration name, if you can see, there is Ganesh. Okay, so whatever string I'm passing using this prefix, it is searching for all the integrations. Here I have given int sys, that is why it is searching for all the integrations in which there is a string Ganesh. Okay, any question related to this prefix? Now let's understand the types of report. Types of report in Workday. So in Workday, there are two types. Okay. One is Workday standard reports. And then another is custom report. Okay. So what is Workday standard reports? When you, so basically Workday standard reports, you can understand in terminology like these are the delivered reports by Workday. That means whenever, you get Workday for your company, there are certain reports which is already created by Workday, and those reports are available for you to use. Okay, so these are pre-built. Okay, we are not creating these reports. These are already available with the Workday product. Okay, so these are Workday delivered reports. In short, I'm just mentioning Workday Workday delivered reports created by Workday, available with the product. And then there is another type. This is custom report. This is something you can say user defined, user created reports. Okay, so there are two kind of reports in Workday. One is Workday standard reports, another is custom report. Now in Workday standard report, this means these reports are already created by Workday and this is available for our use. Okay, to view Workday standard reports, basically whatever reports worked in Workday which is already available, if you want to see all those reports, then the task to view is Workday delivered, sorry, Workday standard report. Okay, so if you go here and in the search box, if you search for Workday standard report, come on, the tenant is a bit slow, guys. This is a learning tenant. Many people are working in this tenant. Uh, that's why, it doesn't mean like many people are working, that is why it is slow, but many people are creating, a lot of unnecessary objects, which is, making the tenants bulky. Oh my God, people have copied a lot. So basically what, we have to search is Workday standard report. Let me see if this is the default one. See this triple dot, here I can see, you will be able to see this triple dot on a lot of, object. Okay. See this triple dot, this is something we call related action. Okay. This will be corresponding to any object in Workday. When you will click on this, you will be populated with multiple options. Okay. You can do many things from here itself. This is what we call related action. This is really helpful, in accessing Workday. From anywhere you can access any item, if you want to, if you have opened any objects you want to edit, you will get a direct task to edit. Okay, so you don't need to remember anything. So this is a delivered report. I'm just opening and showing you. So when you click on, this Workday standard report, when you search for Workday standard report, this Workday standard report is a delivered one. This is asking for the categories. Okay. Now, if I give, there are multiple categories. You will, explore when you will be having access. You can explore how many categories we have and all. If you don't pass any categories, you simply if you don't pass any category and click OK, then it will generate data for all the categories. So I'm not passing anything. Let's see how much delivered reports this is generating. If you want report delivered report names or delivered report details under specific category, then you can mention the category. Okay, so I would say initially you run without passing any category, and then you see this, you download or you understand, then you see what are the categories this report is generating, and in each category what are the report names this report is generating. Okay, so whatever reports here, you can see, the list of 5,115 items, right? So all these 5,115 reports, all these are Workday delivered reports. Okay, we have not created any of these reports manually. These are already created by Workday and provided by Workday to use. Okay, we can directly use these reports. Any question till here? I mean, are you understanding what is, Workday standard report or delivered report? Can someone, you know, tell me?
Yeah, Workday standard reports are the default reports available by system, which cannot be customized. And if there is any customization or the specific use any users want, we would create a custom report.
Okay, so you mentioned correct, but there is, one correction. Yes, this delivered reports cannot be customized, but this delivered reports can be copied as a custom report and then customized. Okay, so I'm going to explain that as well. What, does that mean? So basically, you said correctly, these are by default available with the Workday product. Okay, this is available for everyone. This is created by Workday itself. We have not created this thing, these reports. Okay. Now in these reports, there are, this is Workday delivered report. Now, if you want to run any Workday delivered report, let's say not this one. Let's say I'm just searching for staffing category. So generally tenants are not, this much low. Okay, now, in staffing, there is some set of, staffing category. There are some other categories as well. Then in staffing, there are not only one staffing, there are multiple categories in staffing as well. There are total 173 reports related to staffing. Okay, now if you want to, let's say this no show event detail. Okay, this is one of the delivered report. So no show event detail basically, in Workday, let's say you hired someone, but that person has not joined your company. Okay, in that case, to remove the profile, what you do is you terminate that worker on the same date. Effective hire date only. So basically hire and termination on the same date. When you do hire and termination on the same date, we call those cases as no show case in Workday. Okay. Anyway, that's a different functional configuration. Now, this is a Workday delivered report. Now, if you want to run this Workday delivered report, what you can do is you can just go to this related action. Let's say you need to run this no show event detail report. What you can do is you just go to this related action. In standard report, you can see run. Okay. Now you click on this run. Here there are certain parameters. I'm just mentioning Logan McNeil. I know one of the supervisory organization. If you don't know, you will get those details. So under Logan McNeil, I'm using all the subordinates. I'm just giving 01, 01, 20, 20 till today's date. Whatever no so cases are there, just I want to see. So there is no so nothing, there is no any no so case under Logan McNeil. That is why you can say empty, but this is how we used to run the delivered report. Okay, so to run the delivered report, to run you can just go to related action of delivered report. In related action, go to a standard report, and in this standard report you will get option of run. This is how you are going to run delivered report. Okay, now in delivered report there are again two subtypes. Okay, in delivered report also there are two subtypes. One is expresso and another is report writer. Okay, this is first one and this is second one. So the difference between here, if you see, this type, in this Workday standard report, when you run, you can see multiple columns, right? So in every column you can explore, this is a category, this is a report, means the related action of the report. If you want to do anything, you can just click on this related action, and then you will be having all those options available which you can do on this report. Here this is the name of the report. Then in description, basically it is giving you the description like what this report is about. So sometimes when you are confused, you just read the description and you see whether this is satisfying your need or not. If this is satisfying, you can use this report. Then there is another column which is saying type. So the type is expresso or report writer. You will see only two types here. One is expresso, other is report writer. I'm going to explain, what is expresso and what is a report writer. Then, the next column which you can see is as a schedulable. So schedulable means, whether this report can be scheduled or not. Okay. If yes, then you will be able to schedule the report. If not, then you will not be able to schedule the report. Then this is domain. So domain is basically, this is a domain which is securing, all this, in which domain this report belongs to. Okay. In which domain this report belongs to. We will cover this domain when we will talk about integration, security. There we will be having one terminology like domain security policy, and then you will understand. So at this point of time, you just understand like every object is in Workday is secured under one domain, belongs to one of the domain. Okay, so for this report, this is the domain. If you want to access this report, you should be having access to this domain. Then only you will be able to run this report. Okay, now there are two types of report, delivered report. One is expresso, other is report writer. So basically, expresso are the reports which cannot be copied, cannot be copied or modified. Okay, this can only be executed. Whereas the type you see report writer, this can be copied, and copied version can be modified as per your needs. Okay, so this report writer types are the report which can be copied, and the copied version can be modified as per your needs. So let's say there is a report which is report writer, and this contains let's say 25 columns. Okay, 25 columns and 25 fields. Now you have a requirement which is similar to this report. Okay, let's say report is active worker detail. Let's say this is a delivered report, just an example. Okay, let's say this is a delivered report. Now in this delivered report, when you get the requirement from business or anyone, you search for the delivered report, and you show there is one report existing in the system, active worker detail report, which is which is actually serving the purpose of the business need. Okay, but this report contains 25 fields. You don't need 25 fields for the business. Instead, you want to remove some of the fields, you want to add some of the fields. Okay, if you want to do that part, what will you do is, this is a standard report, you will copy this standard report as a custom report. There is a task to copy a standard report, that is what we call copy a standard report. There are multiple ways of copying a standard report. Okay, so let's say this is a delivered report. Now you need to copy this report, and you need to make some modification. Then you copied this report using this task, you created your own version, and then in that version you can add the columns and you can remove the columns. Okay, so what that mean is, let's say this is an also event detail report. This is also event detail report. Now, if I go to the related action, here you cannot edit. See, there you can't see anything edit. So basically, you cannot edit any delivered report directly. Okay, but let's say you need to use this report. Okay, you need to use this report for your own purpose and you want to make some changes. Okay, here in this one, let's say there are total eight to nine fields. You don't want all these fields, and instead you want some other fields. Okay, then you create your own version by this standard report copy. You just click on copy. This is one way. You can also you can also search for copy a standard report, give the report name, and then you will be able to copy. And the way I did just now, like clicking on related action and then copy, this is another way of creating a copied version. Now here if I say Ganesh, no show event detail Ganesh, click on OK, it will create my version. Okay, now I will be able to make some changes in this report. Okay, it's creating. Let's just wait. See, it is creating. And now you can see this is an editable format. Here you can see plus minus. Okay, this plus means you can add a row, this minus means you can delete a row. Okay, so let's say if you don't want this mark this status field, or let's say you don't want this hiring restriction, you can remove. Okay, so you just deleted this one, and now this report is, you just click on OK, then your version has been saved with your details, whatever you require. If you want to add, you can add. If you want to remove, you can remove. So basically based on business need, you modified the report, you save, and now this is this is another report which is available in tenant for the use. Okay, you can give business this report name and they will be able to run this report as well. Okay, and that will give the relevant data. So this is something you will be able to do only for the report writer reports. Okay, for the Espresso reports, you will not be able to copy. Okay, you will not get that option at all. So is that clear? Are you
Yes.
clear with the expression report writer? You are understanding this one?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, it's clear.
Okay, so now if you need to, let's say if you have any requirement, any one of you can answer. So let's say if you have any requirement, some any business has came to you saying like, I want the details of all the benefits, all the beneficiaries available in the system. What will be your first step?
So it's a standard report,
Yes.
beneficiary report,
Sorry then.
and then we can filter out that report which is beneficiary related. Um,
So basically the first step is try to find, beneficiary, report in Workday delivered report. If you find any report which is somewhere relevant to your requirement, okay, not fully, but it is somewhere relevant to your requirement, you explore that report. Okay, now when you run that report, you will understand like, okay, business is asking this many things, this report is having this many things, a little bit of modification is required in that report. If there is no modification required, you can directly use that delivered report, for the purpose. If any modification is required, you are going to copy that report and then you are going to create your own version, make changes, and then share with the business. Clear?
so when we are some business requirement we get and we need to customize any report. So what that report is giving, are we keeping anything in return for that report? Like what is the use of this report?
Uh, Sorry, can come again with your question?
You are just showing that you
Mhm.
copied one report, right? And you
Yes,
customized into your need.
yes.
So, purpose of this report, why, what is the purpose of this report? What changes we made or why we are changing? Are we
Mm,
tracking anything here so that it will be anybody? Now you are doing, but if I want to use this report,
mm.
so in a glance, I can just able to see what this report will give me or why this report.
You just want description in your report, which will give you the details, a high level
Ah,
overview of the report, right?
correct. The purpose of this report, why we created this customized report, what was the need or to track something or
So
to
yeah, so basically, I mean, see, to track something, there is a different way of tracking changes in this report. But if you just want details, high level details, description of this report, there is in the output tab, you have one option help text. Okay. When you add details in this help text, whenever you search that report, it will show that help text as well, so that you understand why this report has been created, what is the purpose of this report.
So while creating, we have to like enter the information in this help text,
Yes.
which
That is,
okay.
yeah. So it's not mandatory. I mean, you can, give the general convention, the proper developers, whoever are, the proper report admin, they used to mention details in every report so that anybody, when try to access that report, they should be able to understand what this report is about.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to make sure that for the good practice, usually in organizations, we usually follow this process, like why we are doing this.
Yes. So basically, this is, description. The other thing is, let's say you want to track the audit. Who has made the changes and when? Okay. So in Workday, for any object, we have one functionality which we call audit. Okay, so let's say this is one of the report. You want to see who has made changes and when, when and who has made changes in this report. What you can do is you just go to the related action. You just click on this audit. There is a view audit trail. Okay, click on this audit trail. You give the time frame in which you want to understand the changes. You click on OK, and it will give you everything like who has done what, who has created this report, then who has added what, removed what. Okay, everything you will be able to track here.
Yes, yes, I got the answer from this. Just
Yep.
wanted to know if we are doing any code changes or any kind of changes. So the developer or the person who is making changes, he put his comments like for this
Mm,
requirement, or we can tag with the requirement ID for this
mm,
requirement. We are doing some changes. So
mhm,
likewise, if we are making changes in the standard report and we are customizing it, so which requirement made these changes? I just
mhm,
wanted to know so
mhm,
that just for the practice like because like you said audit trail for auditing, or if somebody asks us what or why we are doing this, then we
mm.
should know like uh,
Yep.
the practices.
Okay,
Thank
but
you.
this is how we follow in Workday. I mean, there are certain objects. When you modify those objects, you will be asked to enter comments. Okay, but in the custom report, when you are making changes, you need to enter your comments in the help text. Otherwise, if you don't enter, anyways, this audit will be created by default. You're not creating this audit. System is generating this audit automatically. So if you want to see who has done what, you will be able to see in audit trail. Okay, so everything will be tracked in Workday. So
Okay,
every single click is getting tracked in Workday. Okay.
yeah.
From which IP, which object you are accessing in Workday, everything is getting tracked. Okay. So, you're good with this one. Express show and report writers, Workday standard report. Should I proceed or any other question?
Think we can proceed.
Okay, nice. So this is about the delivered report. Now I have explained how to copy a delivered report. Now, if you need to hide a delivered report, okay, there is one task, uh, hide Workday delivered report. Let me see here. Hide Workday delivered report. So this delivered report is used to hide, delivered report in the system. If you want to hide, generally nobody hide any delivered report, but if you want to hide, you can, hide using this task. Okay. Okay. So this is about, Workday standard report. We have pre-built report available in Workday. We are just using, the report which can be directly used. We are using directly the report which requires modification. You can copy. the report, and then you can uh, make some changes and make that usable for you. The only thing here you need to remember is there are two kind of delivered reports: espresso report and report writer report. Espresso reports cannot be copied or modified, but report writer you can copy, you can create your own version and you can modify your own version of the report. Okay, so this is about workday delivered report. Now the another type of report is workday standard report. Custom report. Okay, so this custom report is basically, this is something we create by ourselves. So basically here, when you copied a delivered report, you are actually creating a custom report. Okay, that is one way of creating a custom report. The another way is you can create custom report from the scratch itself. Okay, it's not like every time whenever you need to create a custom report, you just search for delivered report and then you keep searching. When you find, then only you copy and then only you will be able to create report. That is not like that. So basically, if you want to build a report from the scratch, you can build a report from the scratch as well. Okay, so we are going to talk about that later. I mean, at this point of time, you just understand what is workday delivered report and what is custom report. Okay, and I think you are clear with this thing. Now, modifying custom report, I have already mentioned, like you can copy a delivered report and then you can make the changes. So today's activity, if you already have got workday access, what I would say is you explore this task, workday standard report. Okay, you explore this task, then you explore some of the reports, try to copy one of the report, try to make some changes in that report. Okay, so if you already have tenant access, then you start doing this thing. Then you will be able to start navigating things, and you will start understanding things in a more wider way. Basically, when you do the hands-on, then you actually understand like what are the options we have. Always try to explain, like when you click on this related action, what are the options you are able to see there. So all those options, see in Workday, the very good thing is like wherever you go, whatever option you will see, it is a very basic English. In this very basic English, it is you know it's not a too hectic instructions. It's pretty much simple. Like if you want to edit report, you just click on edit. If you want to copy report, you just click on copy. If you want to run report, you just run. If you want to schedule, you just click on schedule. So all these options are pretty much simple. Okay, so I would say if you have already received tenant access, you start doing these things. Okay, now next thing is let me show you one more thing now. So this is now a custom report which I have created. In this custom report, if you see, there are many things. Okay, we are going to talk about this data source type, and all those things. But one thing which I want to show you is, quickly, is this report tags. Okay, so what is this report tags? Okay, this report tags are actually used to categorize report into multiple categories. Okay, you can create your own category. So this is report category, basically report tags. This is created to define category and search report based on defined category tags. Okay, so let's say you are a benefits admin. You're not let's just assume you're not an integration admin. You are benefits admin. So when you are a benefits admin, many benefits business are coming to you, related to multiple reports. So someone is coming saying like, I just want to get all the benefit plans available in the workday with the enrollment dates. Then another person is coming to you and they want to see like all the employees who have enrolled in one of the benefit plan. Then someone else is coming with the different requirements. So basically you have 5 to 6 requirements in which you need to create report for benefit business people. Okay, now in those cases, in workday there are many modules, right? Like absence module, compensation module, core HR module, then benefits module. There's so many modules. Now, if you want to keep categorized way, like you want to search all the reports which is used in benefit space. Okay, you can create one category specific to benefits. You can create one category specific to benefits. Whenever you create any report for the benefit business people, then you tag that report with that tag. Okay, so let's say I am defining a new tag, or let's say I have already defined one tag, that is Ganesh. See, I have already tagged created one report tag. So basically, whatever report I am creating in this tenant, I just want those all those report handy in just one glance. Okay, so that's why I have created a tag Ganesh, and whatever reports I create, I used to tag that report with the Ganesh. Okay, so whenever I search RD colon Ganesh, it will give me all the reports which is tagged with the report tag Ganesh. So that is why this has been used. Okay, so there will be pre build tags as well. When Workday gives us this product, then there will be some pre-built tags created by default. And if you don't want to use those pre-built tags, you can create your own tags as well. Okay, if you want to create your own tags, what you do is you can just click on this. Here you can see create report tag. Click on that. Click on create report tag. Here give the tag name. Okay, so let's say I'm just giving batch 4. This tag is used to identify all the reports created for batch 4. Click on OK. Your tag is created. You can tag this report with the multiple tags. Okay, here if you want just one tag, you can remove this one and just mention this one as well. Okay, so this is one of the feature which we have in custom report, which generally used to categorize report, as well as it is making search easier. If you want to search all the reports created for batch 4, you will be able to search via this tags only. Okay, so this is what we call report tag. You understood what is report tag? No. Okay. Then there is another option in this report. That is something I'll come later when I'll actually start showing you, how to build a report. Uh, Now, so basically we have covered, this report tag. Now the next topic is in Workday to search for all the delivered reports in Workday, we use task Workday standard report. Now if we need to see all the reports which has been created by one specific user, or let's say which has been created manually in the system, if we need to search, then how can we search for those reports? So to search for those reports, there is one task, all custom report. Okay, so when you search for all custom report here, it will give you all custom report created in the system. This is all custom report. Here you can see this is a report. Now click on this all custom report. These are the parameters it is asking. If you want to see a report created by one specific owner, let's say this Jacqueline, or anyone, then you can pass. If you want to see all the custom report which has been created by anyone in the system, then you don't pass anything, because nothing is mandatory. If there is any mandatory, you will see star mark, red star mark. You don't see any star mark here, red star mark here, so nothing is mandatory. When nothing is mandatory, you can simply click on OK and it will run for everything. So total in this tenant, total there are 6,099 reports created by users. Okay, who has created all those reports? You can see here. Here you can see the report owner, right? So this report owner means this report has been created by this person. When that report has been created, when that report has been updated, when the last time that report has been executed, you will be able to see every detail. Who has run this report last time? Who has modified this report last time? How many times the report has been executed? Okay, what is the output type? Everything you will be able to see in this all custom report detail. Okay, so this is to search for all the custom report available in the system. Now, the next task which we will going to explore is create custom report. So to create custom report in the system, we have task create custom report. Okay, so when you search for create custom report, yeah, this is create custom report task. Okay, now this is task. Okay, here you can see task. So this create custom, when you click on this create custom report, this task is actually used to create report from the scratch. Okay, so this when you click on the, when you just open this create custom report, then it will ask you about the report name, data source, and what kind of report you want to build. Okay, see here, whenever you try to create a report using create custom report, it will ask for you the report name, whatever you want to keep the report name. Then there are total 8 kind of custom reports. We are not going to talk about all the 8 kind of custom report. We are going to talk about simple and advanced custom report because those are used in the integration. Other reports we are not going to learn, but still for interview purpose, you should be remembering all these 8 kind of reports. Okay, and I'm gonna give you definition of all these 8 kind of reports as well, so that if someone is asking you in the interview, at least you will be able to explain them. Okay, these are the 8 types of reports we have in Workday, and this report is used to this thing. Okay, so that is something I'm gonna give. But always remember there are 8 kind of custom report in Workday. Okay, and each and every report is one of the type. Okay, now we are in integration. We are going to talk about simple and advanced. Basically, we don't use simple in integration, but I'm gonna explain simple and advanced. Okay, so here when you need to create a new custom report, give the report name, select the report type. You can select advanced or simple. Then this is temporary report. Temporary report checkbox means you can create report for the temporary duration as well. Okay, so by default, temporary duration is 7 days. When you create any temporary report, when you select this checkbox, automatically that report will be a temporary report. That report will be temporary report in the system for approximately 7 days. There will be expiry date for that one as well. You will be able to see when you create one temporary report, there will be expiry date set. After expiry date, if someone is someone is let's say running delete temporary reports, then all the expired temporary reports will be deleted from the tenant. Okay, so if you are creating anything for business, you don't create any temporary report. Let's say you are creating one report just for analysis, and like you need that report for today or tomorrow only. You don't need that report for all the time. So in those cases, you create a temporary report. But if you think like if you have got a request from the business, like I need this report which should be having this many details, and I want data from this report on a regular basis, then don't create a temporary report. Okay, the next option is enable as a web service. So you can enable when you select on advanced, you will get this additional feature like enable as a web service. So when you click on this one, then the report which you are going to create, that will be automatically, that will work as a web service, that will automatically work as a REST API. Okay, so that is enable as a web service. Then here in the data source, you can see optimize for performance and data source, all these things. So optimize for performance means there are 2 kind of data sources. Okay, so before I go, I'm gonna explain data source first in detail, and then I'm gonna show what is this one. But at a high level, you understand at this point of time, like if you need to create a new custom report, you need to search for the task create custom report. When you search for the task create custom report, click on the task, you will be populated these many options. You need to enter all these values. When you enter based on your selection and values entered, new report will be created in the system. Okay, and then you can configure rest of the things. Now before we start creating custom report, there are certain things which we need to understand more. So for that one, I need Excel. So there are some reporting terminology, okay? Reporting terminology, and what are those? Those are basic terminology we have discussed in the in yesterday's session, but still I'm saying. So there is one PBO. Okay, this PBO stands for primary business object. Then there is RBO. This RBO is related business object. Then we have RDS. This is report data source. Then we have CRF. This is basically field, report specific field. Then we have instances. Okay. Now let us understand what are all these things. Okay. So I explained like business object is actually a table. I created one table. Let me open that one only. So basically, let's say this is this is a business object. Now when I'm saying primary business object and related business object, what does that mean? Okay, so primary business object, both the business object is a kind of table, you understand. Okay, both is actually a business object, but one is the primary one and other is the related one. What does that mean, primary one and related one? So you understand in this way. Let's say you join in a company. Let's say Sweta has joined ABC company. Okay, Sweta has joined ABC company. Okay, now when Sweta joined ABC company, Sweta is actually an employee of that company. Okay, she is employee of that company, and her details are stored like first name, last name, DOB, gender, hire date, other details. All those details are stored for Sweta. Okay, she is an employee. Now Sweta is employed to the company, but there are some dependents as well which are required to be enrolled for her in the company. So let's say there is health insurance plan. Okay, whenever you join any company, the company is providing you health insurance plans and all, right? So there you nominate your dependents. Okay, so basically there is another business object which is dependents. Okay, let me put this here. This is so here, this is Sweta's detail. Let's say for let's say this one, this is actually employee and this is Sweta. Okay, and this is a not contractor, this is a dependent business object. And for dependent also we are storing first name, last name, gender, and this is here we are mentioning employee ID, and here also giving employee ID. So basically Sweta is having, let's say, A001. This is the employee ID. Then this person is having another employee ID. Now Sweta is having, let's say Sweta is having two child, okay? Two child as a dependent plus one spouse plus in-laws or, mother, father. There are multiple dependents, okay? So let's say, all this dependent A1 to A5, this belong to Sweta. So this belongs to employee ID A001. A001. Let's say all these five dependents are for Sweta. Now these are the dependents for some other employee. Let's say two. These two are dependent for this one. Okay, and these are for another one. Okay. Now you understand. See, this is a primary business object in which Sweta is a primary employee in the company. She will be having just one instance in the employee business object, but Sweta can have multiple dependents. Okay, these dependents are not directly related to the company. These dependents are related to the company only with the relationship of Sweta. Okay, so this is what you need to understand. C is the primary entity of the company, and there is something which is relating to her, that is the related business object. Okay, so you understand with this example, you just try to visualize what exactly means primary business object and what exactly means related business object. Okay, it could be one to one relationship, it could be one to many relationship. Any question related to primary business object and related business object, or is this clear?
Clear.
Okay, so basically this is just a real-time example, I have explained to you. But in Workday, there are a lot of business object, okay, and you don't know the relations of one business object with another business object. Okay, so don't worry, about that. There are certain reports in Workday which is going to let you know like this business object is related to this business object with this field, and this is the relationship. Okay, so those are the details we have. So you don't need to remember all those things. Okay, automatically you will get used to of that. But at a high level, you just try to visualize what is primary business object and what is related business object means. Okay. Now, then the next is data source. So data source, yesterday we were talking about the data source. Like, if we need employee plus contractor in just, one data source, we create a view in database terms. We call that view. Let's say today you understand in a different way, like, what is data source. So basically, let's say I'm adding one more column here in the employee, and this is something I'm mentioning a status. I'm saying this employee is active, this 6 employees are active, and this is terminated. This is terminated, and these 4 employees are terminated. Okay. Now, for the quicker access, let's say, here you can see only 11 records, like, but there are companies in which there are more than 5 lakh employees. Okay, so more than 5 lakh employees or 3 lakh employees or 50,000 employees. That means you understand like how huge this database table will be. Okay, for each and every employee, hell lot of informations are getting stored in one table. So with those many, for those many employees, where every day many people are joining, many people are leaving, maintaining all sort of data for each and every employee, that will become, that will make this business object very bulky. Okay. Now, if you need to create a report, then you can use report in a different way. Like instead of creating report on the all employees available, whether active or terminated in the system, if you need to create report only on the active employees, you can build one data source with the filter all active workers, where when you are going to use that data source filter or the data source, then only the report will be executed on active employees. Automatically this will be filtered out. So you can understand, like, if you want to build a report on a subset of data from a business object, then you can use the respective data source. That says data source will automatically filter the unnecessary records on which you don't even want to do the query. Okay, at this level, you understand, like, there are data sources like workers for SCM reporting, and there you will be able to see data source filter. So what those data source filters are actually, those are actually extracting the subset from the use list of table. Okay, that is restricting you to do the query for all the employees. Instead, you do the query for your relevant workers. Okay. So that is data source. Then there are fields. So base fields are basically, report fields. That CRF which I have mentioned, those are, the report fields. And those report fields are like, first name, last name, which you are going to use in the report. Okay. And there are instances. Instances I explained, like, this is instance one, this is instance two. These are the instances. So this will be the output of the report. Okay, so these are the basic terminology which we are going to use in the report. Definitely, there will be other terminology will come when we are going to create there are multiple tabs which we need to configure in reports.